songs that have been banned by the BBC. Well, that's very subversive of us.
Yeah, isn't it just? And for different reasons, of course. But we're going to show you 7 on each board, songs that have at some point been banned or censored by the BBC. We'll show you the year they first charted as well. But who had top 40 hits with these songs, please? 7 on the first board, 7 on the second board, 14 in all to have a go at home. But, yeah, I mean, I presume it's going to be very contentious.
I hope so. OK, let's have a look. Let's open Pandora's box, as it were, and see what we've got here. God Save the Queen, 1977. French Kiss, 1989. Space Oddity, 1969. Leader of the Pack, 1965. Walk Like an Egyptian, 1986. Lola, 1970. And Love to Love You, Baby, 1976. There we are. Who had hits with these banned songs? Russell, welcome back.
Hello.
What are you going to go for here?
OK, know some of them. I think I'm going to go for the bottom one and Donna Summer.
OK, Donna Summer for Love to Love You, Baby. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Donna Summer. It is Donna Summer. There we are, 24. Well done, Russ. That's a great start to the round. 24 for Donna Summer.
Yeah, and that was banned because of it. It was sexually suggestive, and also Donna Summer's surname was offensive to people who had hay fever.
And Donna offensive to vegetarians.
There you go. So there's an awful lot going on there, wasn't there?
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Jan. Jan, how do you like our board here of banned songs?
Not that much. So I know a couple, but I'm going to go for one that I used to sing quite a lot when I was younger, much to the annoyance of my family. And that would be Walk Like an Egyptian in the Bangles.
The Bangles, says Jan, for Walk Like an Egyptian. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. $60 for the Bangles. Not bad.
Yeah, that was banned. That was one of 67 songs that the BBC said they wouldn't play during the first Gulf War. Which goes to show quite how hard it is to run the BBC at any given time.
Yeah.
You're desperately thinking, is this going to offend someone? Or perhaps let's just not play it.
Thank you very much indeed. Eddie, welcome back. What are you going to go for?
Yeah, I know a couple of them. I think Lola was by the Kinks.
The Kinks, says Eddie, for Lola. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Kinks. It is the Kinks. 60 the high score, 24 the low. You pass the high score. 34.
Now, that song was banned because it had the word Coca-Cola in its lyrics. And you're not allowed to have a commercial reference in lyrics. Ray Davies from the Kinks had to fly back from the US to re-record it. That's Cherry Cola is the version you hear on the radio. He had to fly back from a US tour to re-record it.
Wow. Thank you, Richard. Now then, Zena, do you want to talk us through it and fill in the blanks?
Yeah, God Save the Queen is the Sex Pistols. French Kiss is Lil Louis. Space Oddity is David Bowie or Ziggy Stardust, it might be under. Leader of the Pack, I think, is the Shirelles. I'm going to go for French Kiss, Lil Louis.
Lil Louis, says Zena. Oh, Russell, you're nodding away at that. Let's see if it scored less than even your score of 24. But let's find Lil Louis. How many of our 100 people said that for French Kiss? Is right. 60 the high score, currently 24 the low score, and there's a new low score. Down it goes to 8. Very well done indeed. Good work, Zena. 8 for Lil Louis.
Well played, Zena. Banned for the same reason as the Donna Summer song, Lil Louis. There's a lot of heavy breathing and such stuff. A lot of mentions of cockamouth in that song. So they just felt better safe than sorry, I think they thought.
Fair enough.
You took us to the board nicely there. God Save the Queen, you're quite right, was the Sex Pistols. 53 points for that. Now, Space Oddity was David Bowie. Would have scored you 70 points, and they wouldn't play it until the Apollo 11 mission had arrived back safely. Essentially, they thought it wasn't right to play it until they were safely back home. And Leader of the Pack, which was considered too morbid and also to encourage gang violence, and that was the Shangri-Las, and that would have scored 22. So, Zena, Lil Louis, best answer on the board. Well played.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 8, the best score of the pass, Zena. Very well done to you. Then we travel up to 24, where we find Russell and Sarah. 34, where we find Eddie and Gerard. And then up to 60, Jan and Ian. So, Ian, There's going to be a banned song on that next board that I hope you know that's really obscure, that's going to keep you in the game. So good luck finding that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Whoops. You're right there, Russell. That was a kind of Lindy Hop move there, I think. OK, we're going to put 7 more banned songs up on the board, and here they are. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, 1985. When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going, 1986. Relax, 1984. Monster Mash, 1973. In the Air Tonight, 1981. Come Together, 1969. And My Generation, 1965. There we are. Jackie, welcome. What are you going to go for?
I am going to go for the bottom one, My Generation, as The Who.
The Who, says Jackie. Here is your red line. Nice and high, actually, considering where we are in the game. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for The Who. It's right. Good. Oh, I better good enough. 53. I think you've done enough to get yourselves into the next round. 61 is your total.
Yeah, well played, Jackie. Now, that was banned because he stutters in the lyrics, and they thought it would be offensive to people with a stutter.
Ah, really?
And again, that's something if that's the sort of decision that was made today, everyone would call us snowflakes and this, that, or the other. But, we've always been sensitive to all sorts of things.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Richard. Now then, Gerard. There you are, you're on 34. If you can score 26 or less, you're in.
OK, there's a few I know, but I'm going to go for the top one. Everyone Wants to Rule the World. Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears, says Gerard, for Everyone Wants to Rule the World. There is your red line. How far down the column do we get with Tears for Fears? It's right. Well, 37. Takes your total up to 71.
That was banned because they thought it was offensive to people who didn't want to rule the world.
There are a couple, aren't there, out there somewhere?
Yeah, exactly. No, that was another one banned during the first Gulf War. That seems a bit tangential to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, there it is. It was banned.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, we come to you, Ian. Welcome. We are looking for a score of 10 or less.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck. What are you going to go for?
I know a few of them. The one that I think might be lowest, I'll probably be totally wrong, is Come Together. John Lennon, Yoko Ono.
John Lennon and Yoko Ono for Come Together, says Ian. Here is your red line. Can you get below this red line with John Lennon and Yoko Ono? Is it right? Oh. Oh. I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry. That scores you 100 points. Takes your total up to 160.
It's OK. It saves her embarrassment.
Yeah, sorry, Ian. I'll give all the correct answers at the end of the pass.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Sarah, welcome back. Do you want to talk us through that board and fill in the blanks?
Well, Relax is Frankie Goes to Hollywood. In the Air Tonight, I think, is Phil Collins. Come Together, I'm guessing, is the Beatles. Monster Mash is one of those things that I should know, but I don't. I'm going to go with When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going, and hope it's Billy Ocean.
Billy Ocean, says Sarah. No red line. You're already through. How many people said Billy Ocean? It's a good answer, 27. Takes your total up to 51.
Well played, Sarah. Lovely way to end the round. Again, that's banned for the Gulf War.
Really? I think so. Who was in the committee for that? I think they were a little bit jumpy.
Another song that was banned was In the Air Tonight, which you can sort of,
I suppose,
see maybe with some
some
sort of
Scud missiles.
I suppose.
I guess.
And that was Phil Collins, of course. 59 points. Now, Come Together, it is not John and Yoko. It's simpler than that. It was the Beatles. Yeah. 38. That was banned because, again, it mentioned Coca-Cola. Relax was banned for the obvious reasons. That would have scored you 69 points. I mean, I pass no comment at all there. We don't want to get taken off air. Now, everyone remembers Monster Mash. You know the song. It was by Bobby Boris Pickett. And it's the best answer on the board, 9 points. Have you said that?
Why was that banned?
Too morbid.
All right, OK,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Listen,
Who
different
knew?
times.
Different times. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Ian and Jan, we say goodbye to you. You'll be back. You'll be back, and you'll be brilliant next time. I know that. But meantime, thank you very much. It's been lovely having you here. Briefly, but lovely. Ian and Jan.